Hello and welcome back to the most mid-podcast ever, the Jerk Circle Podcast. I am today's host, Andrew. I am back after missing another week. Yes, I know. It's not gonna be this way. It's not gonna have a schedule where Andrew misses every other week or Andrew's gonna start missing. It was kind of a, like it came up behind me and I didn't know and I couldn't work with the schedule, so they had to run it without me. It's fine, we're here, we're happy, and obviously we always have the three most handsome gentlemen with me. Say hi, guys.
Everyone.
Who are you talking to?
Andrew was shooting a movie,
Everyone.
that's why he wasn't here.
Who are you talking about, handsome?
Yeah, I don't know about
You're
handsome.
not.
I'm just sexy as fuck, bro.
Maybe he
Yeah,
means like
Well,
when he
alright,
puts his
sorry
hands
for
on you,
giving
he got
compliments
some meat
out.
in his hand.
Mid
maybe.
terminology.
Mid terminology. So handsome isn't what you want.
No, it's like what your grandma calls you at like 6th grade graduation. You're so handsome. No,
Really?
I
'Cause,
am a big sexy man.
A sex
Big old
icon.
sexy man.
I don't know, when I'm all dressed up for work, because I wear like work polos and whatnot, and my wife she's like, "Oh, you look so handsome." I'm like,
I don't know. We don't
I
get that. We
wouldn't
wear
know about
jammies
that.
to work half the time.
oh,
Andrew
I
always
don't
looks
have a
like
wife,
every
so-
time I see him coming home from work, it looks like he just was at the Sopranos shoot, like doing like an Italian mobster thing, because he's like in polo and some khakis and maybe some jeans. You know, like he
But-
looked like he's playing
wait.
golf.
I'm lying. I was gonna say it sounds to me like he's getting ready to go here play 18 holes.
Yeah.
yeah, I do wear a lot of golf polos. They're just so comfy.
They
They're
are
so
comfy as
comfy.
hell. They're amazing.
Like so expensive, but so comfy,
It's worth it.
and they're stretchy. So
They're
to
very.
me, I'm like, I like stretchy. I like
Mhm.
stuff that fits, especially when I bloat up.
I can't argue with you.
That was
mean,
bloat with
inflation-
a T, not blow.
Inflation nowadays is getting crazy.
Yeah.
Even
inflation.
men are blowing up.
Jeez.
They've been doing that for a while.
Yeah, a little bit.
Fair enough.
All right, let's not go down this road.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
Let's
trying
that's
to
a
get
dangerous
canceled, but-
subject. Yeah.
That's a
So
real
how you guys
landmine to
been?
step on.
All right, we're not starting with you, Dylan. How have you been? Any small talk, buddy?
Not really. You know, I'm working
Wow,
late.
you sound
I-
so boring.
I'm depressed because
Why?
I signed up to work Saturday after Jared made me.
Oh,
No,
dumbass.
that's the other way around. Dylan made me.
Ew.
No, I didn't.
Ew.
Yeah, 100%.
We're
Yeah.
sitting there. You know, he asked, and you're like, you want to come in. You want to come in and work. I'm like,
Peer
all
pressure,
right.
baby.
And then in the second my name was on that paper, instant regret.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why did I do that? It's
Because
your fault.
you will enjoy that next week when your check comes in.
Yeah, but ooh, the feeling of like literally like working like 6 days a week, getting a 30-minute lunch break, and then going back to work for 6 days is not a great feeling.
Wait, you get a
No, it
30-minute
does
lunch
suck.
break?
No, that's what Sunday feels like.
No, that's the analogy of having a day off.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't always use food analogies, Harold.
sorry.
Yeah,
He's gonna try though.
I'll try.
He
yeah,
will
he
try.
might. He'll try to land it. It's
It's
not
like-
gonna land.
It's like when your burger doesn't come with a tomato at Wendy's.
What, you don't get a tomato mater from Wendy's? Come on
Yeah.
now.
Tomato mater? What's that?
Ew.
It's like the Baconator, but with tomato. Tomato-nator.
Oh,
Or
damn.
tomato-nator? Tomato-mator? I don't know.
I don't either.
Nobody
Alright.
knows. But yeah, working Saturday, that's not fun. I mean, I work
Only
2
6 hours.
jobs, and I would rather shove all my time in like 2 days and work, 16-hour days, like Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday, and that's what I do currently. So, but yeah, how have you been, Jared? Haven't heard you in a little bit.
Been good. As much as I am a big man, I've come to the conclusion as I get old, I fucking hate winter.
Why?
I am sick and tired of this cold. I get up, I shiver. I go to work, I shiver some more. I come home, I shiver some fucking more. All I
Okay,
do is shiver.
but is that worse than getting up sweating, going to work sweating, coming home sweating, going to bed sweating.
They both are terrible, but at least if I'm sweating, I can go outside and enjoy it. Here, I go outside and I just want to kill myself.
Paul?
See, I'm the exact opposite. Like literally,
Yeah?
when I got out of my car, at work, like I'm like, oh, this is cold. Like it's really cold because especially with that wind. But I stopped and I just like I kind of like breathed in the cold air and I'm like something about really cold air just feels so good to me. And
You guys are young.
I would rather breathe in cold air than 90-degree humid hot air. And I'm like, yeah. So to me I was like okay, yeah, it's really cold. I could sit here and complain about it, but I kind of relished in the moment.
I didn't.
Yeah, I live for the cold, man.
You do for now. Wait till you get old and everything starts hurting as you get
You're
cold.
not that much older than
Doesn't
us.
matter.
Bitch, I'm
I'm
about
gonna be
2
in
days
shorts
from the
year
grave.
round my entire life.
You're not 2 days from the grave, brother. You're like 3. All right,
Okay, well,
Three.
a little bit more.
You know where you
get me
live,
through
buddy?
Saturday working
Just
with
a couple,
Dylan.
2-3 days, Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
This way.
Yeah, I'm definitely a cold guy because I also look at like the extremes, like would I rather burn to death or would I rather freeze to death? And burning like is very painful and like being like frozen and dying of like hypothermia, it's like your body just kind of like naturally shuts down and you just go to sleep and I'm like, that sounds kind of peaceful. So, like I'd
I don't know
rather
about
do
that.
that. Well, it's a lot better than being set on fire. I'll tell you that.
I mean,
Better than sweating to
eventually
death.
the fire's gonna burn far enough to hit your nerves. You ain't gonna feel a thing.
Yeah, it's got to get there first though, and that's
Well, it'll get there
that's the
quick if
most...
it's a big fire.
No, all
I
right.
imagine,
For
I
me,
don't know.
who's a bigger guy, there's a lot to burn here.
I mean, I
right?
can't argue that one. There's a whole lot to burn here.
Yeah. All right. Well, Harold, how have you been? Now we're finally getting to you after that lovely comment earlier. But how have you been?
That's okay. Jared's a little delusional. Maybe in his old age, he doesn't know what state he's been living in for the past however many years. But I'm
Come on.
doing pretty good. I'm not enjoying the cold per se, but I think I'd rather it be like 32 snowing and oh man, I gotta deal with the snow than to be like 96 degrees sweating everywhere and just everything being wet. And then coming home from work and wanting to shower and getting out of the shower and wanting to shower. And then
getting out of the shower drying, and then you still feel like you have to dry some more.
And then I don't know about you guys, but if you live with anyone and they're irritated because it's warm, that is the worst thing to deal with because you can't do nothing. Nothing's going to make their mood better until it cools down. But that's just me.
Turn your
Yeah.
air conditioner on.
AC, brother.
I also don't like especially when it's really hot out and you sweat. Your sweat naturally attracts mosquitoes, and I hate mosquitoes. So
Yeah, they are the scum of the earth.
I am a
can't
pretty
argue.
attractive guy, and I know that they like sweet blood, and I was always told growing up that my blood has been very sweet. I don't know if that's BS. I don't know
that's BS.
if it's something about my
Yeah.
ethnicity that causes it. I don't know if my mom was pulling a fast one.
No.
Harold,
Oh my God.
who's trying your blood?
My mom. Well, okay, well.
Whoa!
Whoa!
This is something my mom told me. I don't know how she. No. My mom is not no vampire. No, cause she. She's not a vampire. She ever cook for you, dude? There's so much garlic it could kill a man. So I don't think she could be a vampire. But she said that I always attracted the mosquitoes because of like I don't know. I don't. Like what do you want me to say? Like my mama thinks I got sweet blood. I don't know. It's her blood. I got it from her.
Oh my God, Harold.
Maybe you don't phrase it like that.
Yeah.
You're the ones that
Oh,
jumped in my
man.
neck because I said that. I didn't even exit the sentence, and you guys were like, "Oh, Mama Harold's doing freaky
The
shit."
way-
I'm like, "Whoa."
Well, the way like there's a small little pause, and then everybody just jumped. It was like
Yeah, you
so
opened
fast
it up
though.
for us there.
It was very fast.
That's fair. I think phrasing could work. But I've always been piss poor at phrasing, so you know what? We're gonna rock with it. It's my disability. We'll stick with it.
Hey, you own that shit.
Yeah, you got this.
It's not a disability, it's a superpower.
Yeah, there you go.
You got the ability to have the disability.
Mm-hmm. I got this ability to make some bread, which is why I'm not working Saturday, because screw that.
Because
You ain't gonna
somebody
make no
didn't
bread
want to
if you
work
don't work it.
Monday.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I had to catch up on Lord of the Rings, and I made it through
You
1.5
didn't.
movies.
Catch up. It's been out for how many years?
Listen, alright,
You mean
don't...
catch up?
You're lucky I'm watching that movie where I see some midgets with some hairy feet in it. You're lucky I'm sticking it
Don't
in.
irony
This
me.
motherfucker.
But I made a couple revelations, and I don't know, this is the perfect time to do a fact check or a Harold, you're dumb, shut up check. But,
Okay.
2 questions. The wizard, well, okay, I don't want to spoil nothing. Okay. So,
It's been out. You can
so
Everybody
in the
seen
first,
it.
I'm
Everybody
still
Everyone
not
has
going
seen
to.
it.
We're good.
Okay, listen.
Except for
So, in the first movie, when Gandalf goes to the higher wizard, that guy looks like Count Dooku. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah,
Look it up.
a little
Okay,
bit.
okay. Well, I'm not going to look it up now. We'll look it up later. We're not fact checkers around here. And then what was my second question? Was it Gandalf? Gandalf looked like, his voice, was in something else, I think, in Star Wars, or...
I don't think he's in Star Wars.
I don't think he's ever voiced anything in Star Wars.
Yeah.
He's voiced a lot of things. He's popular.
His
Yes.
voice is very nice to listen to. Like if he was talking to me like, Harold, you gotta go take a shower and wash behind your butt and get ready for the workday, I'd be ready to like pump out 8,000 product, man. I'd be ready. He's
What?
like a motivated.
Wait.
It's a very
would
motivating
he-
voice.
Why would he have to tell? Why do you have to be motivated to do that? That should be something that's set in stone,
No,
brother. That should be like something that's.
right,
you get
well-
in, you're like, yeah, I gotta do that, man.
Listen, okay, listen.
you
Let
don't
me
need no
explain-
motivation for that.
No, it's like, like when you're doing something, you know what you're doing. Like when we're like, I don't want to do another. When we're playing Siege and we're like, check the drone holes and do this, there are times where you don't say it out loud, but I already know I'm supposed to. But when you get that, come on, check that drone hole, wash your ass, it kind of,
Okay,
you know.
Harold.
All right.
Mr. Harold.
Yes, Jared?
I just want to confirm that the guy that plays Saruman also plays
Yeah,
Count
it's the same guy.
Dooku.
Okay, because I saw him and I had like a nasty little, like, I know him from somewhere, but I can't piece it. I'm glad to confirm that. And then Gandalf's voice, I don't know what else he voiced, but he was in a lot of stuff, I feel like.
Told you,
He's
he's
been in a lot.
he's oh my god, X-Men. Why can't I think of it? Magneto.
Oh, Magneto. Yep,
Yeah.
that's yep. That's what we were talking about earlier today. But I was like, yeah, I remember him from somewhere.
So it has come to my attention that the episode that I missed last week, there was something that you guys wanted to ask me or talk to me about.
Yeah, Jared is our head of the union guy for this. So Jared, you do what you need to do.
So basically, we talked about what our favorite. We kind of went more of a solo / multiplayer thing, and we named our favorite solo game.
Ooh, okay.
Just of all time. It ain't got to be a game you put the most hours into or whatever. And then your favorite like multiplayer style game growing up. It could be your whatever, your Call of Duties, your whatever. It could be like everybody sits on a couch and plays it together kind of game.
Oh, the fact
Mario
that I gotta narrow
Party.
this down. Ooh. So, and we're talking from childhood or just?
Your entire life. So you could, I don't know when you started playing.
Oh,
but
okay. Well, I was just for context, I never really had my own system until 2016.
Sure.
When a good friend of mine ended up buying my PlayStation 4 for me. I think it was for my birthday. A really cool gift. That was the first time I ever owned my own like gaming console. Growing up, I always either had to share or hop on a friend's, just because we didn't really have a whole lot of money growing up. So like early on, like very early when I was pretty young, like I want to say 6 or 7. I remember we were down in Arizona and we ended up meeting some people out by the lake, and they took us like some like kids or whatever, and the same age as us, and we were out there for the whole summer, so we were out there pretty regularly. And so we like became friends, and he ended up we ended up sleeping over at their RV that they have. It's like a campground, and then you have like the beach and everything, and
Right.
so. But anyway, like we stayed over there, and he had I think it was an Xbox 360 at the time. And to me, like not really like me being younger, not really knowing like the console wars and
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation is better than Xbox and yada yada yada. Um, he introduced me to Halo Reach, and when I played through, like we would stay up so late, and I played through the campaign of that game, and like that. There was a special moment where I'm like, ooh, like I really, really, really loved Halo Reach. Sadly, I never had the opportunity to play it afterwards. I just never got an Xbox, never played it ever again. I think that would probably be one of the sole reasons why I would consider getting one, though I don't know if like if you could play such an older game, and maybe you can
There's
probably.
the Master Chief Collection that has all the Halos.
Um, and oddly enough, like people are gonna probably come at me. I've never played any other Halo. It was just that one because I didn't have my own system. And then obviously I was gifted a PS4, so I never really got the opportunity again. So that was like one of the first moments I got like introduced to gaming. Um, I will say probably multiplayer growing up. It's oh my gosh, it's really a cross between like the Perfect Dark game on the N64.
Okay.
Played that a lot. Um, and also played a lot on the PS3 was Modern Warfare 2. That was we played a lot of split screen. That was they have like the LAN parties of just like split screening. It was so fun growing up. Um, and then like a little PC game that I still play now is StarCraft, and that I really like that as a multiplayer game. Um, it's just pretty much you and some teams against AI, and it's like you gotta set up bases and you gotta go destroy other like AI bugs, and they can be like bugs, they could be robots, they can be humans. It's a really cool game. I really like it. I believe the name it was actually like StarCraft Brood War. Um,
Mm.
so, but then so I would say like that was kind of like my childhood. We had a Wii growing up that me and my brother and my sister had to share, and that was the first time I got to play Mario on the Wii. And I know the Wii wasn't like the best console, but
Oh,
I
Wee's
had a lot of
goated.
fun. I had a
Yeah, the
lot
Wii's
of
great.
fun with that Super Mario Bros. Game. Um, that was like, I don't know, that was when I was like 12, 13, 14. I think we ended up getting Mario Kart on it. We had friends over, we played, so that was a lot of fun. Um, I've always got a place for like Mario games. I have a Wii U now, and I'll play Super Mario Bros. From time to time, just if I ever miss it. Um, but I would say, like as I grow older, probably one of my favorite like single player games, ones that I could play by myself, and you guys could probably guess it, is Doom. Doom 2016. When I played that, when I saw Markiplier play it, like I got hooked. I never played the really older ones. I have seen like just like clips and like footage of it. And it looks like they are pretty much just taking what they did and then applying it to now with just a lot of like updated graphics and stuff. But yeah, that's a really fun playthrough. It has like a really lot of like rock and metal background music when you're fighting demons and stuff. And to me, I'm like, this is awesome. Like you
The
get to
music in that game's phenomenal.
yeah, oh, it's awesome. You get to like rip up demons and do
Uh-huh.
glory kills. Like that's one of my favorite thing about it. And then just obviously learning all the lore behind it. Um, so I would say like Modern Warfare 2, the 2009. I believe, is the year of that game. That one was my favorite multiplayer, and then my favorite single player is probably Doom 2016.
Um,
I agree with that.
I don't know if Dylan played Doom 3. I feel like Jared did. Doom 3 was my
Oh yeah.
first Doom, and I could not get past the part where you went into the dark as a kid because I was scared shitless when they were like, there's
That
something
game's
in there
kind
that
of
can't be
scary as
seen.
hell.
I was like, hell no, you can't make me go in there.
Dude, why
I
are some
just
of like the older games like more scary than some of the ones we play now?
It's probably because the graphics were so bad that everything's
hmm
foggy and you can't see shit coming.
Foggy, the giant pixels make it look more
Hmm.
like demented than it really is.
That's why
So
you're seeing a lot of horror games nowadays go back to that style graphics. Honestly, I don't know if
yeah.
you play any of like the indie horror
Oh,
games.
I
A lot
I
of them are
haven't
going
played
back
it
to that.
because yeah, I haven't played a whole lot just because our like the console doesn't have a whole
Right?
lot
Yeah,
on there.
90% of them are on the PC.
Right, but I watch Markiplier play a lot and a bunch of other YouTubers, and it just gets me excited for when I have my own PC setup because I don't care if I've watched it or not. I want to go back and play some of those just to
Right.
experience some of that stuff. Because you are right, a lot of games are going back to it just because of how creepy just the graphics alone make the game.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, and then obviously like when I was really young, um, my dad had an Atari, and so we played on the Atari. Um, so that was I didn't ever really have like a Sega or anything like that. So I got to be exposed to like some of the older consoles like the Atari and then like the original Nintendo and playing the Mario on the original Nintendo and just there's just a whole variety of games that I got my hands on as much as I could because I didn't have my own system. So I went to even when like arcades were a thing, and I would go in and play like Galaga. Oh, that like it's one of like my favorite arcade games is Galaga. So,
It was a
but yeah,
great
that's
one.
just yeah. So hitting a little bit of everything, but I like it. We're I can't remember the episode, but what were some of your guys's?
What did I
Just
go
like
with? Oh,
quick.
my multiplayer one was old school. It was on the PS1. Nagano Winter Olympics.
Okay.
I was saying we used to have, Christ, all my cousins and everybody. We sit in a room and basically just try to get a higher score than the next guy.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's pretty much what it was. There was a couple racing events, but most of them were like you bash X and circle or zero, whatever you want to call it, to try to run really fast and get good times, and then the next guy just try to beat you and try to beat you and try to beat you.
Sure.
It was so much damn fun. Oh my god, I miss games like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones out there. I have a feeling that one of Dylan's, or maybe I just remembered his GoldenEye. He talks about it a
It
lot.
was.
It was.
That was one of
Ha
them.
ha ha.
It was both
I mean, how can you not? That's
both
got to be on
versions of
everybody's
GoldenEye.
list.
The
Ooh.
N64 and the Wii version when they updated it with Daniel Craig.
I'm assuming when you had did you get the when Wii came out with the gun like
Mm.
controller thing? Did you ever get that for that?
No, nope.
No, so you just
No.
used.
So no, when they launched the GoldenEye, they launched it in like this special edition, which came with a golden controller,
Mm-hmm.
which you
Ooh,
plugged into the original like the stick remote and played from
sure.
there.
Oh,
So
interesting.
it was just like a normal controller. So it was awesome.
Huh.
Felt great. Multiplayer was insanely good.
Was that for was that for your single player and your multiplayer game?
Um, I think I think that was the multiplayer.
I
I
think
think my
so.
single players. I don't remember fully.
That's fine. I was just
Yeah, I don't fully remember.
I was just curious. Dude, the N64 controller was so weird. Just like looking
Just
back at it,
Yeah.
it's just like one of the weirdest controllers ever.
we've decided we gotta get Harold to play because he's never used one.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I
Yep.
have never played a 64 before.
Oh,
Just
dude,
dig it out and we'll get
Yeah.
it going.
dude,
Jared's got
those
the TV we need.
those were back in the day, like where those had the cartridges, and
Mm-hmm.
you literally had to like blow into the
Sit there,
cartridge, even though you
blow
it.
probably shouldn't have, and stick
You
them
blow the
in.
cartridge, you blow the slot in the system, and then you blow the cartridge again and pray it
Everything.
works.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yep. Mm.
And if
think the
that
same-
didn't work, you pulled out the alcohol in like a cotton swab and wiped them off.
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know about you. At least we used to have to do that on the NES. Actually, we still have to. It's the only damn way to get a game working.
The same way was for the Nintendo, the original Nintendo. You had to do the same
Mhm.
thing when you popped it up. Like
Mm.
there's a little button on the top, and then you had cartridges, obviously. So like
Right.
your like Super Mario 3, when you played that, like if it didn't work, you just blew on it and and stick it in there and pray it works.
Yeah.
Those were. I really wish I was around or had been exposed to like the handheld Game Boy or Nintendo like Game Boy.
The Game Boy? Oh, God, that thing is so good.
Yeah, I really wish I had that growing up.
Definitely put many, 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 many hours in on mine.
The DS was pretty good. I mean, obviously, different thing, but same idea of having a handheld. Oh man, I love Pokemon on the DS. That was a real man's game back then.
I have never, ever in my life played a
Oh.
second of them games.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never actually played Pokemon, and like again, people could come at me for this or whatever.
Come
I
on 'em.
was not like, yeah, you can. That's fine. But my argument is, I didn't get into it when it was popular. So now, if I'm like to try to get into it now, there's so much crap
I think
that I
that's my
have to
problem, too.
learn and understand and play through to understand it all. Like I'm just like, that is just too much. I cannot be bothered with it.
Nope.
So I feel like I missed the mark of when everybody like hopped on the train and was like, yeah, this is like really cool, really fun, and everybody was like into it. And I'm just like, I wasn't fortunate enough to have it, and we didn't have a whole lot of money growing up, so like I just like, yeah, that's just not gonna be something I'm into.
Trying to get into Tekken and looking at the moves list, and you're like, "What the hell? I need
No,
a
hell
degree
no.
to do that."
No.
Hell no!
Any fighting game.
I'm like, "Oh, I'll play the bear because it looks like a silly, goofy, easy character." And I look at the move list, and I'm like, "What do you mean? I gotta get a law degree in between my combo? What are you talking about? You crazy?"
It is. They're all nuts.
What do you mean I'm gonna have crippling depression in my hands
Mhm.
after this?
I got arthritis trying to do this move set.
Yeah,
no, I
I
don't touch
probably have
fighting
arthritis.
Probably
The only
fat.
like fighting games I really like are Injustice, and that's I absolutely love the Injustice storyline, so that's why I played it 1 and 2. So I like the fights in that. But other than that, like I'm not a big like Mortal Kombat guy. I'm not a big you know, those types of
I mean, I
types of
played the
fighting
hell
games.
out of Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 when they first came out.
Yeah, I played
Because,
Mortal Kombat.
I mean, there was no game like it at the time.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean that's fair, right?
And at the same time, the move set and all that is not what it is nowadays.
No.
You had like 3-4 button combos and that was it. Now you gotta fucking, like he said, you gotta read a novel just to do a move.
I remember whatever Mortal Kombat my dad had, instead of like a pause menu with a move list, a little booklet came with the cartridge.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
All the moves in
Yep.
it. And
Yeah,
you'd
that's how
flip
they all
through it
did
and
back in
read
the
it.
day.
Oh,
Oh,
that was
no.
so crazy.
Yeah. But those moves weren't that bad back then.
No, they weren't.
Not like now. I
It's
couldn't
not
touch a game now
37
like that.
buttons.
You go to like watch a guide on like, oh, I want to play Scorpion, and it's like, okay, you have to understand wave dash, and you have to understand your distance and your stance, and what moves to do when, and watch out for that. I'm like, oh man, I got a headache. I can't do this no more.
I just want to punch him.
I want to beat
Yeah,
him
pretty
up.
much.
I will say I'm trying to expand my gaming, not catalog, but just like interests in general. Um, because I feel personally like I'm just playing like the same like couple handful of games over and over. So like whenever like either I'm by myself or like during the work week or something, like I want to be able to have something else to play through. And right now, like one of the things that I've started gravitating towards is like, especially if like nobody's on or everybody gets off or everybody's kind of doing their own thing. Like I'm trying to do more stuff with my wife, and so we ended up downloading a couple games, but we've started playing this Remnant 2 game.
Oh, it's good. First one was
And
good.
yeah, I didn't. I was telling her that I'm like, maybe we should have started on the first one. She's like, nah, it's fine.
Ah,
So I know
fuck it.
nothing about it. Just diving into it. It was free on the catalog. So I'm like,
Right.
oh, this looks like fun. And we played like a couple hours of it yesterday, and oh, like I ended up picking like the character. I'm like I can't remember the name of the character, but you get to pick like what type of character. Is he like a hunter, or is he a like a not a medic but like a sorcerer, like those types of characters. And I picked like this big like wall breaker guy. He's just like he's so much muscle, so much like armor. He's got a giant sword in the back. I'm like, this is so much fun. And you just like there's a campaign that we're playing through. So you take out bosses and you go to different worlds and stuff. It's a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm only a couple hours in.
Nice.
This
Like I said,
speaking of how you were talking about character archetypes and stuff, Andrew, when you play like an RPG, when you play like an MMO, whatever, what is your go-to archetype, regardless of anything? Like if everyone's like, all right, we're playing this, and you're like, well, this is what I'm playing.
Well, I think I've gravitated towards this more in the last several games that I've played, but it's tank or heavy. I love to be the tank. I want to absorb damage. I like while she takes them out, I'm just the tank that's in front, being like, you ain't killing me. Like I'm just gonna do so much damage, especially if you get close. Um, when we played It Takes Two, um, I think I ended up being like the meat shield a lot of the time. Um, while she was like shooting different bosses and stuff, and that was a lot of fun. But I've sort of gravitating towards like being like the big meat shield and the big tank.
Meatball.
So, what about you? What do you choose?
I am the dainty. I like being a healer. I like doing
The
support.
dainty.
I
that's
like
not
being like, you
surprising.
know, whenever I play any type of game like
Don't
that.
make me spit out my drink. Oh my god.
We got a spitter. No, I'm the type of guy that when we do it like an RPG or like MMO or like I used to play a lot of
Yeah.
Shia online, a lot of like League of Legends, a lot of that shit. I was always the type of guy that was like, I like to heal because I could be the guy getting kills and stuff, but I feel like the smartest people and the people that with the most responsibility is keeping everyone alive. You're like a babysitter. And like sometimes it's different. Like sometimes you got like the paladin type. Sometimes you got like more of a support, but like attack type. I'm more of a supporter. I'm more of the background guy. I'm like the glue guy, you know, if you will. I'm like a Sean Marion, you know.
Yeah. I will say though, when we play the finals, I can't be that meat guy. I can't be
Oh
that
my
big
god!
dude.
In the
I gotta
finals,
be
that guy's
that
so
small,
butt.
skinny
I
dude.
hate playing the big
He's so
kid. He's so
he's
butt.
I think to me, I'm like, oh, I just stick out like a sore thumb. I'm like, I gotta be like a small, quick dude.
It's like you're playing a game where the whole thing is like speed, speed, speed. It's like being an F1 driver in a tow mater. Like I'm going nowhere. Like I break
Yeah.
walls down, but that's about it.
I want to know, Dylan, what do you typically go for when you play those types of games?
I like the long distance damage. Usually, if there's a sniper role, I take that. Archer, you know.
Yeah.
I like I like being in action, but not like up close and personal in it.
All right. I like getting those headshots.
Indeed. It's fun. Like when I do my meal sim, I usually snipe.
When you do your what?
Meal sim?
Milsim.
Military simulation.
Oh,
Like Arma.
like I'm thinking like an actual mill, and I'm like, why?
Mill.
No,
Why are you
Why
in
does
the
he
paper
actually
mill?
had a mill sim?
No, no.
Dude's over here making paper for a simulator.
Hey, whatever works.
Hey, whatever gets the paper, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah, I like being the factory worker.
I like doing what
Oh,
I do
yeah.
in the real life in the game.
Well, it fits your ethnicity. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, like Eli's a farmer playing Farmer Simulator. That makes sense.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "This is bullshit. It's not like real life. I hit way more people in real life."
Right?
What do you
Dude,
play
I-
as, Jared?
Yeah, what do you-
I'm the polar opposite of Dylan. I mean, my uncle, anytime we play like multiplayer game, like we used to play a shitload of Gears of War. And he'd just basically call me Rambo because I like to run in there, guns blazing, and don't worry about what happens.
That's another game that looks so fun to play.
Gears
on
of War is
God.
so fun. Oh my
Xbox.
goodness.
So that's a game you and your wife would play. I don't know if she's into shooters or not, but that game is
Oh,
so
yeah.
goddamn fun.
Dude,
I-
Infected
oh.
or Horde mode?
And
Oh,
they've got some of the best storylines you'll ever play in a game.
All right, I might have to get an Xbox
Yeah.
just for a
Is,
couple
uh,
games.
Is Army
mean,
of
it's just-
2 still available?
Oh, you have to have the
the
360
first-
one.
The first Army of Two is available on Game Pass.
You gotta. The 40th day though is
That's
so
really
much
good,
better.
too.
The sequel's so much better though.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
played
if
the
there's
shit
a-
out of
I
that first
played a
one.
lot of Army of 2.
It
If
was
there's
good with
enough
somebody.
games that can justify me spending the money, then I can do it. But if
I
it's
mean,
like
there's enough games for
literally
just you and your
everything is
wife to
on
play.
Game Pass too.
Yeah.
There's so much
so
that's on there.
I'm
I don't
very
think I paid for
unfamiliar
the
with
game yet.
Xbox, just because. So I don't know what is Game Pass like PlayStation's like catalog.
It's better.
Better.
Yeah,
The
but yeah,
catalog
better.
was based off of the Game Pass. The
Pretty
Game
much.
Pass
Okay.
is
so many like titles, like actual.
There's
big
got to be
titles.
300-400 games on there.
Wow.
and like there's a little bit of
Versus, like,
everything.
PlayStation's like 60 to 150.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like if you're like feeling like if you're feeling a certain kind of mood, like if you're like, oh, I want to play like a
Yeah,
simulator.
I want to play Hooky Hooky,
Yeah,
Hooky Dooky Club Book Club or whatever.
The Okie Dokies. Oh, what is it called? Ookie Bookies?
I don't
Shookies?
know.
I have no idea what you're trying to say.
Doki Doki Literature Club. That's what it's
Yeah,
called.
that's what it is.
Okay.
Ookie Bookie.
Jesus Christ.
Hooky Booky.
I did it all for the Bookie!
Oh, my Lord, Harold.
But yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of like different stuff on the Game Pass. I like
There's
it
a
a
lot.
lot, but I also don't play on it like all the time. Like I'm
Don't much.
like I play like the new Indiana Jones came out. I played that for a little bit, and then I was like, yeah, I'm good now.
I don't know. I just want to expand a little bit because, like, and I'm not like gonna go away from like the couple games that I do absolutely put a lot of time into, but I do want to expand. It's like it's time that I'm like, oh, like I want to get into other games and say like, yeah, I've played that, or instead of sitting here being like, oh, that looks really fun. Yeah, I'm not gonna play that. You know, that's pretty much what I've been doing. And so like that's why like I took on Doom Eternal. For the longest time I'm like, yeah, that looks fun. Probably not gonna play it. And I'm like, nah, I'm playing this. I'm really excited for Doom the Dark Ages. I'm gonna talk about that game a lot when I'm playing.
By the
it.
way, Andrew,
Yeah.
every Doom's on Game Pass.
Doom 1,
Oh.
2, 3, the OG
Yeah.
Doom.
Yep.
Along with all the Halos.
Every single
Ah!
Halo, yeah.
I could play Halo Reach. I could play the campaign of
Like
Halo
I said, you
Reach.
download the Master Chief Collection.
There's
They're
a couple of
all
the Gears of Wars.
they
as
all
well.
look better, and they've got everyone through.
All right. How much?
I think just through
Wolfenstein?
Reach on there.
Wolfenstein's also. I mean,
What's
I'm a Wolfenstein
Xbox?
guy, man.
I
What-
think
what
I
is
got
the
mine for like $250.
You can get the Series S for like $250-$300. I think.
Consoles. What's
That's
what's
the one I
like
go
the
with.
It's the discless one that I have.
Yeah, I would go with the S.
Hey, the OG Diablo's on it too now.
Yep.
Xbox?
They just added that.
Oh shit.
Is it? Oh, so Xbox Series S,
Series S, yes.
and then I'm assuming a 1 terabyte, Dylan.
I would.
I couldn't
I
tell you
would.
what I got in there. Probably.
It's either
Okay.
500 gig or
I think
1
it's a
terabyte.
1 terabyte. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me. Yeah, because again, that to me that sounds like it's worth it. How much is the Game Pass?
Uh,
I think it's
what
like,
is it?
What is it like?
I think it's $12 a month.
I think, yeah.
Dude, that's
somewhere
so
in there.
cheap.
Yeah, it's worth
It's
it.
so
I
cheap.
think when it comes out, it's like maybe 15.
You can play Little
Yeah.
Kitty Big City. That's a great
Yep.
game.
Or you can do what you said, play some
wow.
farming simulator.
Okay, so a 512 gigabyte is 300. So I'm assuming probably a 1 terabyte is 350.
I would recommend going with that though, because it don't take
I
long to
just-
fill up 500.
Yeah, no.
All the new
I will
Assassin's
say,
Creeds are on there too.
and obviously
Yep.
everybody can argue how they want. I never was a huge fan of the Xbox controller, and everybody says that your hands naturally sit like that.
I
But you
like it.
cannot tell me that your hand naturally, like your thumb sits up higher than your left thumb sits up higher than your right one, which sits normally. Like to me, I'm like that doesn't make any sense because naturally how my hands sit is parallel. You've got on the PlayStation, you've got your buttons paralleled to each other, and you've got your joysticks paralleled, and then you got your triggers parallel. Like everything's kind of like in parallel, and I'm like to me that makes the most sense.
You can play Harold
We can-
Halibut.
Yeah, no. Okay, well we went a little long, and I rambled a lot, so I apologize for rambling a little too much. But yeah, I think you boys convinced me. I'm gonna look at getting an Xbox Series S.
That's
No, you just,
I'm sorry.
Just get a PC and then use the Game Pass on your
Yeah,
PlayStation.
you can do that.
Mm.
But there is more games on the console than PC.
Right, there is. But
Yeah, you can get all the Fallout, so that's all that matters. That's all you need.
Oh yeah, as long as you get Fallout 4, who cares?
I mean, Fallout New Vegas is better, but that's okay.
I don't know. I like 4 better.
Gameplay-wise, yeah.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, we'll kind of wrap up here. We went a little longer than expected, but it's fine. That's fine. So I'll just start at the top and work our way down, and we'll go through our hot topics of the week. Harold, you are first. What do you got?
My hot topic of the week. Can I go last?
Dylan, hot topic of the week.
can I go last?
All right, is everybody seriously doing this?
I mean, I'm ready.
Yeah, he can go.
All right, you can
I-
go. No, yeah, everybody but Jared, be quiet.
Okay. I'm Jared.
You go. Yeah. You
Hi,
go.
Jared.
So I only got the one hot
Hi,
topic.
Jared.
I go to
Okay.
grab my Mountain Dew to get ready for the podcast. Out of my garage, and that son of a bitch is frozen solid.
Is it a mouse?
I was not a happy camper about it. Which brings
Oh.
me back to fuck
Oh,
winter.
the Mountain Dew was frozen. I thought there was something else to the story. To the story.
No.
So
I
I'm
was
waiting.
Pissed off my
That's
Mountain
all
Dew
you
was
get.
frozen.
I was sitting there like,
Huh?
is it a? I'm like, is it
I'm
a
over
mouse?
here with nothing to
Is
drink
it-
right now.
What's in the garage?
Like, oh, so
Frozen
you're
Mountain
hot
Dew's
top.
in the garage.
Ooh, yeah.
I guess
Well,
it's
when it
not
gets,
really hot.
yeah, when it gets down to negative 35 yesterday with the windshield, yeah, it's probably gonna be frozen.
It also didn't help that when my cousin left my house last night, he didn't shut the garage door, and I didn't know that, so it stayed open all night.
Turbo nerd.
Yeah.
That guy.
I didn't like that. It made me really appreciate having a garage and a car parked in there in the mornings.
I'm just gonna
Just,
say your cousin makes me want to kill kids.
Whoa!
Just say. Just say.
Wait, whoa.
Whoa!
That was
Whoa!
a bit
We
much.
might have to.
Wow, that's a lot of
Bit
anger.
much.
I would have said kick, but
Yeah, kick would have been a little more appropriate.
um,
Well, you
But,
kick him.
I do.
Good.
um, yeah. I mean, you could just take your 6-pack of Mountain Dew and just throw it in the oven and set that, son of a gun to 350.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
my ass is gonna forget about it though.
Nothing can go wrong.
Dude, if I ever have to start my car in the cold ever again, I might put my Hyundai in that thing. Let it warm up in the oven.
Let me know how that works for you.
I'm gonna park my Hyundai inside my house, inside my apartment.
You're gonna have to drive it to work just to fit it in the oven.
Oh yeah. What do you think it would fit in there?
I
Be
think
close.
it would.
It'd be
At
close.
the curing oven, it would fit.
Oh, maybe.
100%.
Well, considering that our I think oven window. Actually, I don't know the dimensions of our oven window. I know the dimensions of our paint line window, but
Nerd.
anyways, Dylan, what's your hot topic of the week?
My hot topic of the week is I'm getting tamales tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Tamale.
And
Yeah.
breakfast burritos.
So I've got a
Yeah, I
bone
didn't
to pick
see
with
him
you
today, so I didn't
guys.
really get one ordered. But
Oh, I thought you had already.
I told him what you told him is I want one when you make a breakfast one.
Oh, all right. Well,
Oh my
hopefully
God,
this
those
is
are
you got
so
extra.
big.
I don't know
Those
if you
are-
heard that.
Yeah, you guys always talk about how Dylan's mom brings you food, and I know
Also,
that's probably
shout
not
out
what this
Dylan's mom
is.
for the
And
lunch
I'm like,
today.
Yeah, shout out Debbie.
and I'm like, that's fine. She's bringing 3 people food out of the 4 of the pod because I work somewhere else and it can't cater to me. I get it. It's fine.
I mean, you could work with us.
Bud?
You can work with
Yeah.
us.
I'm sorry. I'm not going where you are. I'm not going where you are.
That's fair. I wouldn't go with you.
Yeah, I can't argue with you.
I work for 2 locations.
But
Sh-
you do have a wife that could bring you lunch.
Ooh.
This is true.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's fine on Wednesdays because I go to our other location and right like literally like not even a block there's a delicious Mexican place and I go in
Okay.
there and I sit down and I get Mexican food every Wednesday. Oh, it's so good.
There you
Their
go.
food is so good. People there are so nice too. So to me, I'm like I get Mexican every Wednesday, so I'm good there. But
Can't argue with it.
so Harold, you're up. What is your
Yes,
hot
I
topic of the
am.
week?
All right. So many of you know that TikTok got banned for a little bit, and it was banned for maybe a grand total of 16 hours. I got something I got to get off my chest. If you were one of the people that deleted TikTok because it didn't work, and now you complain that, oh, I can't get TikTok now, you're a real knuckle dragger. You know that? You're a dumbass. Have you not learned anything from Flappy Bird? When they were going to delete that and you deleted it, you don't get it back. You got to keep that on your phone, man. And
Well,
I heard a couple of people that were like, well, I deleted it. I needed the space. You did not need no TikTok space on your phone for 16 hours, you little liar. You're just a dummy and you don't want to admit it.
Hey, Harold,
What?
I deleted it, but I can still use it.
Well, you're a knuckle dragger. Sorry. I
Okay,
gotta stand by.
can
I
still
have to
use it
stand
if
by
I
my
want to.
guns, man. Well, you
Also-
needed the space.
I wasn't really sad when it got deleted.
Listen,
No,
I
alright.
am.
TikTok. Listen, TikTok is it. TikTok is the worst thing to happen to everyone, but it's some of the greatest stuff. I've seen videos and TikToks that have made my sides hurt with how funny people can be.
yeah.
And
that
I
is
have
Can't
seen
argue with that.
the peak. Like I've been introduced to so many like new songs. I've been introduced to so many comedians, so many like video games and stuff through TikTok that like I can't hate on it. It doesn't have its absolute brain rot dumb stuff that makes everyone a little dumber. Yeah, but you kind of get that with everything nowadays. That's everywhere. I go on Facebook and I see like the most like what are we doing post ever where it's like why would you post that? Why am I reading this? Why are you
accounts
doing
that are
this to
called
me?
like what would you do in the West or something, and it's like a burger with like spaghetti and
Oh,
sink soup on top of
you
it.
know,
It's like, would you
wow.
eat this for 5 million? It's like, no. Why am I looking at that? Why is this being posted?
Your wife
No.
is the worst at that because I will get
Oh,
a
she's
thing.
terrible.
She will send a thing and it'll be like, "Would you eat this for $5?" And it's like a turd in a bun, and I'm like, "Why? What is wrong with you?"
Yeah, her humor is really unique. I find it funny, and I know some people don't, but it's all right. It's all that matters.
Right?
Some of them were good.
Some of them are good, yeah.
She has
They
her
are
moments,
hit and
but
Other
miss, I
ones
will
it's
say.
just like, huh?
She's
Just makes
she's
you
just,
wonder.
Her humor is very I don't want to say kiddish, but it's
Unique.
yeah, it's very unique, and that's what makes her her. So, all right. Well, my hot topic of the week is I'm gonna say Remnant 2. I'm really enjoying the game. Happy to play it. Probably will play it after we hop off. And then also looking forward to Bills Chiefs. I'm not looking forward to the Chiefs repeating though. I'm not
No,
looking forward to
gonna
that.
happen.
Eddie Allen's taking them down.
I know it's gonna happen. I don't want it to happen.
The
Nobody
Chiefs are
wants it to
20.
happen,
Aren't they
but-
20 and
Don't
0? And
remind me.
the Chiefs only lost one time, I think, at home in this temperature, and the one time they lost was to Tom Brady. So I hate to say it. I really hate to say it. I really hate to say it, but it's gonna be Chiefs Eagles, and we're all gonna be miserable. I want the Commies to
You guys
win.
have no faith in Josh Allen.
So, okay, so here's the thing. I have
Hey,
really
I
bad.
just have more faith in the refs.
Yeah.
I have really bad luck. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put like a really big bet on the money line for Chiefs and Eagles. So that way, the gods are like, oh no, Andrew's betting on if he gets this, he's gonna win a good amount of money. So we can't let that happen. But it's the Chiefs Eagles, and we gotta let that happen.
You know what? You know what I think would be a really good. I know Jared has one too that we'll have to talk about. I think we should come up with our best imaginary bets for when the Super Bowl happens, because I'm gonna bet the over on the amount of like Mahomes glaze we're gonna get. Like, oh, what a throw by Mahomes, man!
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't see that very often. It's like the dude threw it out of bounds. He's like, oh,
Right?
what a pass!
Well, it's gonna be Burkhardt and Tom Brady. So,
Oh,
'cause I think
yeah.
Fox gets that
I mean,
game.
it's better than Collins.
Hey, you know, if Colin calmed the glaze down, if he turned the glaze down to 7 instead of 11, it'd be good.
But
Yeah.
Oh,
any,
what a throw by Mahomes!
yep.
That is what he's known for. All right. Any final thoughts? Fart bubbles you want to get out there
I
before
do.
we wrap up?
Fuck the Eagles. I hate them.
I agree.
Oh my god.
100% agree.
I mean, I don't like them either, so I'm not.
Unless you're
I don't
Saquon.
like any
Saquon,
team
I
from
love you. Come back,
Philadelphia.
please.
I don't like their fans.
No,
Yeah,
the fans
Saquon
are
is
the worst.
amazing.
I hate their head coach. Big Dom, I don't know if I should hate him or like him because he's a comedic piece, but I don't know how to feel about him.
That's fair.
Saquon, come home, please. We won't be good, but we love you.
Yeah,
he's
I'd
not
hate to be
coming
the
home.
team that got rid of him.
Yeah, who
Yeah,
got rid of him?
I really hate
damn.
to be the guy that suggested that.
Who
Yeah.
would get? Yeah, who gets rid of a top talented running back because running backs don't matter.
Well, I mean, I get it. They were trying to keep their top tier quarterbacks, so.
You know, if they got rid of him though, if I was the owner, I'd have trouble sleeping at night if I was that guy.
He probably hasn't slept since.
No, he has not. And neither are we if we continue. So this is
you're
where
not wrong.
this is where we're gonna end the episode. Thank you everybody for listening. You can find us on Spotify, on Apple, on wherever pretty much you get your podcasts. We'll say you could find our socials, but we haven't really said them. So
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we'll plug it in at some point. We'll get like a little
We're lazy.
link tree. We'll get a link tree
bear
at
with
some
us.
point.
Yeah, bear with us. We're a little
Some of us have
lazy,
enough stalkers as it is.
procrastinating, stalkers. We got everybody. I mean, maybe that means we're getting popular. Probably not though.
Where the hose at? Where the hose at? We need
Got
some.
him.
We gotta
Oh
get
my
the hose in here at some point.
No.
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 Ladies, if you're single, that's literally the only
No.
suggestion. Come
No.
on down because we're gonna do a
No,
bachelor
no.
episode.
All right.
No.
we will catch you next week. Say bye, guys.
Deuces.
Bye bye. Dylan, stop sounding so depressed.
No, because I know what they're gonna do. Let's have a bachelor show, and then it's gonna be